Calling all singer-songwriters, your big break is here. Announcing the Project Aloft Star competition, hosted by Aloft Hotels. Now through September 30th, unsigned bands and artists are invited to enter and share original songs. Finalists will be flown to New York to work with Grammy-nominated mentor Gavin DeGraw and jumpstart their music career. Enter now at live@alofthotels.com. Again, enter Project Aloft Star, now at live@alofthotels.com. Don't miss out.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's the new Panic Room. It's the show other shows want to be, and the show that authors want to be on. Da!
But you had something else on your mind. The all-new Panic Room radio show is brought to you by HellboundBooks.com.
Well, good evening, one and all. It is indeed the new Panic Room. I can't do the laugh, I'm afraid. Not like my good friend Mario, who does the voices for the show. So if you're listening, Mario, hello. He's living in LA right now. He's living the dream, as they say. God bless him. God bless him. A very, very funny guy. To get a chance to see him live, he's an incredibly funny stand-up comedian. And okay, so it is. It's the Panic Room, so it must be Thursday. It's 9:30 Central, and episode 61. Wow, that's a scary little statistic there, isn't it? And by means of a smooth segue, another scary little statistic is probably 100% certain that Xtina's probably drunk by now. Oh, here we go.
No.
So how's the wine this evening, my dear?
It's good, but I'm not drunk yet. I actually just popped the top just a little while ago.
You really need to put a bit more effort in on show night, to be honest. You know, where's your commitment to the craft, woman? Seriously.
I know it's been a weird day. It really has been a weird day, but I am here now and I'm drinking, and I'm hoping to guzzle enough down during the show that the second half is going to go really great, really smooth. So
it's going to be really fun. First half is going to drag a bit till the alcohol level goes up, but hey, it has been an odd week, hasn't it? We've had so I'm gonna have to do his intro before we lay into him.
Grab him by the pussy.
You know what uranium is, right? It's a thing called nuclear weapons and other things. Like lots of things are done with uranium, including some bad things.
And you know, the funny thing is that now, compared with his performance at the UN this week, makes him look like an intellectual giant.
Oh my God!
Literally, every time he's opened his mouth, he's made a complete arse of himself. I mean, he's invented an African country, Nambia, which, in a room full of African leaders, he was telling them how well Nambia's healthcare system was working, which people think, I think the common consensus is he's confused that with Narnia, which he probably does think exists. Bless him. He was actually his first speech. Obviously, the president of the United States, his first speech to the UN ever was actually avoided by the key world leaders like Merkel, May, Mexican leader. I mean, they all just, because nobody wants to be associated with the man. He's such a knob. He really is. Oh, and he threatened to destroy North Korea. Now, I mean, it's like kids in the playground. My dad's bigger than your dad. I'm completely. Just think this is the leader of the free world, the leader of the biggest superpower on the planet, threatening a small country of however many million. And it's not just, it's like he's slinging insults at Kim. Who, to be fair, is a little fat twat all by himself. But moving on. However, he has threatened tens of millions of people. And what he said is, I'm going to murder millions and millions of people. And it's just the enormity of that. The guy has the potential to destroy the planet, and he's just he hasn't got Obama.
This is all I keep thinking is, does he really have as much power? I'm beginning to wonder anymore if he's just not some kind of figurehead that, who knows who's set upon him.
I think there's any power behind him that has shut him up by now, surely.
That's
sure.
a good point.
Every time, I mean, even just watching him doing his speeches, he's like a fifth grader doing a presentation of his science project. Literally, and yet you compare that with Obama, with Clinton, even with Bush. I mean, that they, were good orators. They had a presence. For everything that he slings at Obama. Only saying the last administration, they appeased North Korea and they did. Yeah, well, we never, in 8 years of Obama, never had North Korea making threats because they did whatever they needed to do. I mean, he's been working on his nuclear program for a long, long time. And it's only while Trump appears and they've got, like you say, you've got two kids in the playground hurling insults at each other. My dad's bigger than yours, and we've got this situation. Hopefully there are people. I mean, I read a great article today saying, look, Tim, for all the propaganda we get about him, he's not suicidal and he's not stupid. He wants to defend himself. And what Trump has played into his hands. He's got now, Trump has threatened to destroy my country, therefore my decision to accelerate my nuclear program was the right decision. And to be fair, he makes a good point.
Yeah.
And or on the other side of the coin, it could turn out we don't know that he's firing off missiles. We do not know that he's testing nuclear weapons. We do not know he has nuclear weapons at all. We just know what we've been fed. The same way we were fed, Saddam Hussein has weapons of mass destruction. In England, we were told he could fire the said weapons of mass destruction in 45 minutes. In 45 minutes, they could be in England, gassing, bombing, whatever. And it was bullshit. They never found them. They didn't exist. All Saddam Hussein was interested in was building his palaces while his people starved, which is, a bit rough on the people, but, fair, a bit, but okay, but he was not a threat to anybody other than his own people, and yet on the basis of supposed weapons, they destroyed his country. It's chaos there now. And it could well be, it could just be propaganda and lies just to manipulate the public. You don't know.
Yeah, that's it. I don't think it's hard to believe anything right now. It really is. I don't even know anymore I don't. So I'm trying to, and as much as I hate the thought of like burying my head in the sand, because that's definitely not something you want to do, but it's almost gotten to that point where I'm like, oh God, I don't want to know anymore. It really has gotten that bad. I don't even know if I want to know.
It's one of those things that, there's nothing you can do. We get on our daily life, and to have this hanging over you that, Trump could just say or press the button or something, and that's that, and we have children, and is there going to be a world for them to inherit? Is there going to be a world tomorrow? Having that just there is just not good. It's terrible. Yeah. And you've got Trump just, I don't know what his game is. I really don't. It's beyond funny now. It is scary, I mean, it is. It's just. But having said that, a message to all you rooting, tooting, hunting, and shooting Trump supporters who voted for him: serve you fucking right. You've got what you deserved. I hope you're happy now. So.
Yeah, that's something too. I do wonder very often for everybody who voted for him. What do they have to say for themselves now? But they're still going.
They still think he's the donkey's ring piece. They really do.
And
he's
are
defending
they
the
blind?
country, and he's doing. No, they're stupid.
Oh, okay.
And again, if anybody's listening who voted for Trump, this show's probably a bit too highbrow for you, to be honest. They're waiting to talk about poo, because they'll get that. Although it was pointed out actually that we didn't mention poo at all last week. So there we go. That's for you, Becky. We have mentioned poo. Poo, 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 poo. There you go.
We didn't mention poo last week, really? I swear we did.
No, a couple of people said you did not mention poo, so there you go. We need to mention poo this week. So, hey, political agenda aside,
right.
Have we got a show tonight, or is it anything
We have a show tonight, yes.
Fantastic. What's going on?
We have Javon Bonds as our first guest, and I'm excited to talk to him because it's a book about zombies, and to me, I love zombies. I really do.
Hey!
Yeah, no, you can't go wrong with zombies.
You cannot go wrong with zombies. No. Funny enough, I was just reading, I don't know if you ever saw the film Wormwood, which is an Australian zombie flick and it's actually just been given its own TV series. I'm not sure when it's. We're trying to find out today when it airs here. But if it's as good as the film, it will be brilliant. You know, it's a zombie film lovers wormwood. You have to dig to find it, but it was a great Aussie zombie flick.
Yeah, I'm a pretty big fan of zombies. What's your favorite zombie movie, by the way? Do you have a favorite?
Oh, I think for nostalgic purpose, I think it's the original Dawn of the Dead. That was the second. We call them the X films, rated X in England in my day, that I snuck in to see. You had to be 18. I think I was 15 when I went to see. The first one I saw was Alien, but I remember I read the book, saw the movie, and it just blew me away. Absolutely, what a great film, you know. And, I mean, the remake was pretty good as well, to be honest, as remakes go. But yeah, I think. What about you? What's your favourite zombie film?
Oh, I don't want to tell you because you're going to laugh at me and all sorts of you're going to be mean. I love Zombieland. That was a fun movie.
No, you know, Zombieland
was
come on, Woody Harrelson and Bill Murray. You cannot go wrong.
Right. Now
brilliant,
I have to admit,
they keep promising a sequel, and for years, and we've not seen it yet. And I hope they do. I really do. Brilliant film.
Yeah, and do you like the? Well, you know, we should probably talk to Javon about the zombies here. You know, we're kind of. Do you like the slow zombies or the fast ones? No, the fast ones freak me out. They go too fast and they're just scary as hell.
Well, that was yeah. I mean, for me, zombies are the sort of shambling, lumbering, you know, sort of. But then again, I mean, I think that was started off with 28 Days Later.
Yes. Oh my God.
Where they were just running around, and it just adds a whole new level of because the thing with zombies, they just used to lay through them, but now that's just chase you, and it's just wow, you know. Yeah, it's a different ball game than the running zombies. But I'll tell you what, let's bring Javen on, and we'll ask him. Javen, are you there, sir?
It's all right. You pronounced my name wrong.
Oh, did I? Well, I am foreign.
Javin.
I am foreign, so I am allowed. So, how does one pronounce it?
Javin.
Javin. Okay.
Oh, so you were
like
closer than I was.
You're Javon. It's Javon. So Javin. Javin. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I do apologise, but I said I'm going to hide behind the fact that I am inexorably foreign. So, so we would welcome to the show, Javen. We're talking about zombies. First of all, which is your favourite zombie film?
Oh yeah, thank you.
We were talking about zombie movies. Do you have a favorite zombie movie?
Probably Dawn of the Dead or 28 Days Later. I like that realism.
Oh, it's terrifying. They were so scary. They were good movies, though.
They were. Yeah. They were. I mean, they did 28 days. I think they did 28 weeks later. I think. Again, it could be,
that was. I remember that.
28 months later is coming.
No, really?
I've heard. I don't know if Danny Boyle's gonna direct, but I mean, they were both incredibly good films. I mean, they weren't zombie films, but they were. I have to say, I think they heralded the fast zombies. But I think the remakes of the Romero films were pretty good. The remake, I mean, I like the whole thing that they were shot in the shopping mall, and it was a great environment to be cornered by zombies, and yeah, it was good. I mean, he sort of went off, you know, then he had Land of the Dead was a bit bleh, and then it was like Diary of the Dead and Land of the Dead, and I think Post Office of the Dead, and you know, Chuck E. Cheese's of the Dead. I think that's what I'd probably sit and watch. But it just thought, no, you're just really eking it out now, Romero. I mean, sadly he's no longer with us, God bless him. But it was. What's next? I mean, seriously, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
But I suppose you know, once it's like The Walking Dead. Once you've created that environment, you can do anything. Like you could have Chuck E. Cheese of the Dead if you want to. And I'd probably pay to see that. to tell you the truth. So
that's what I was going to ask. If we're talking about zombies, do you like? Are you a fan of The Walking Dead?
What, me?
Yeah, either one, both of you.
Me,
Yeah.
I watched the first few and could not get into it. I have friends who are absolutely dotty about it, and I love zombie films. I just couldn't get into it, and I don't know why. I've tried twice, actually. Yeah?
Yeah, I'm not a crazy fan. I'm really not, but I do like the show. I'm not up to date. I think I've missed the last couple seasons, but I like it well enough. But it started to too repetitive, I guess. And then the times that you were like, I loved for some reason the season where they're in the prison. I don't know why, but I thought that was so cool. And
that was the last one I saw. Yeah, I did enjoy that.
When that went bad, I was thinking, go find another prison and do it again, because that seemed to work for a really long time. I like that idea. That's what I would have done. So.
I think it's like the Dawn of the Dead. You're in a nice, closed environment, and the zombie trope lends itself to that. You're in that, and you're hemmed in, you've got that feeling of claustrophobia, and you're trapped in this. It's a familiar place, but made unfamiliar, and I think that's what makes it, even a prison, that's what makes it work. But as soon as you get out of that, it just gets a bit not good for me.
Right. I need to give it another watch. I do, because I love zombies. I do. They're really they're pretty cool.
So, Javen, I mean, we mentioned a few things. I mean, where do you get your inspiration for Zombies on a Plane?
Well, actually, I got my inspiration for like this. I guess the genre from Mark II for Zombie Fallout, but I would say my inspiration for my zombies came from 28 Days Later and I Am Legend and stuff like that. Yeah,
I mean that was, like I say, it was somewhere. It was a zombie film, but not a zombie film, and I think it was probably the first time we saw zombies running after people. But it's just. Having been brought up on the original, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, and like I say, Chuck E. Cheese of the Dead, it was a nice. I think it gave a whole new modern life to zombies. I mean, do you prefer your zombies to run?
Yeah, they just really, and I have to say with the tagline for Zombies on a Plane. Talking about, and it's damn funny. That part just catches me. I love comedy in books. I really do, especially when you have comedy in horror, because it reminded me of when I was reading your book, Tenebrian, James, that there would be something horrible happening and something really scary, and then somebody would crack a joke or something funny would happen, and it just gives you a time to catch your breath and okay, I'm okay now, I'm okay.
Well, it is, yeah. Humor. I mean, it's that is life, and the most absurd things happen at the most absurd moments, and I guess that's what gives us a bit of balance, really. But
yeah, and I don't see that enough. I really don't.
Yeah, no, that is true. I think people, I'm being horrific, and I'm going to stay horrific, and nothing funny is going to happen, and nothing, life isn't like that. Life is full of bizarre things happening, and alongside horrible things. So like Donald Trump, for example. It's all horrible, but we still like. You have to. You still laugh, even though the guy's potentially going to kill us all. You're still going to laugh at him because he's such a buffoon,
So I have not gotten a chance yet to read Zombies on a Plane, but I hear we have a reading, James.
Oh yeah, are you okay with me reading this, Javen?
Yeah.
Hopefully I can do it. I can do it justice with my terrible accent. So. So are we ready for the reading?
I am. Yes, I can't wait.
Okay, right. Okay, this is from Javen Bond's book, Zombies on a Plane, Still Alive, Book 3. Great tagline. A strikingly new, extremely twisted perspective on the end of days. That, and it's damn funny. Mark Tufo. What a great quote. I wish somebody would write nice things like that about my stuff. Instead of just, what? Okay, right, here we go. Excerpt from Book 3, Zombies on a Plane. Eyes down looking, hopefully sit comfortably. It is beyond understanding. If I had a time machine right now, I would go back in time and knock the piss out of myself. Not a single member of the quartet even suggested commandeering a fucking rowboat to ease up the damn creek. The group was composed of me, an extremely lazy good-for-nothing, the Oracle, an extremely lazy husky drug dealer who will undoubtedly be diagnosed diabetic in the near future, the expert, a woman who probably already gets the senior discount on her coffee at Hardee's and is sporting the scars of recent injuries that would have been fatal to the average person. Add to this motley crew the newly discovered loner, obviously born the same day as the chauffeur from Driving Miss Daisy. Not a single damn one of us had the foresight to say, hey, you know what would be a good idea? Fucking motorised transportation. The undead remained in the shadows of the woods. There was enough yardage between us and them to get a shot off if they decided to rush us. We were safe unless one of us started bleeding. We could catch glimpses of these lunatics fighting over pieces of torn woodland creatures, occasionally drawing blood by biting each other on the cheeks. One would rip a stringy piece of meat from whatever random animal the other was tearing into, and then the one clutching the bloody feast would turn to snap at the thief. Rivulets of peavy blood dripped down the chin of the protector of its food to become indiscernible from the other various fluids and bloodstains across the monster's face and chest. It was creepy watching the beasts follow us down the two-lane road from the precipice of the shadows. They were keeping their eyes on us, surely praying to their blue deity for a cloud to suddenly darken the sky. I witnessed one thing that I've never come across, and I immediately wanted to wash my eyes with bleach. Peavy's fucking. I guess it was arousing to be within throwing distance of food. All the males would pitch a tent with the poles they were sporting. All the males could pitch a tent with the poles they were sporting. I guess prey just puts them in the mood to hump. A yellow-eyed nudist stood behind a female, skinny as a concentration camp victim, and just went at it doggy style. I'm not sure if Mr. Minuteman typically got in and got out so quick, or if the speed mating was caused by the virus, but after just a few seconds he bucked with a shrill squeal. The moment he let loose, so did she, and I'm not talking about an earth-shattering orgasm. The female forcefully blew chunky bowel butter for an exceptional amount of time all over its assailant's abdomen. When the male lunatic dismounted, I was able to take in one of the most vomit-inducing sights I can recall. Its sagging testicles were coated in some type of running, sticky substance that had the consistency of maple syrup, framed by dripping shit trickling down its legs and all around its pubic area. Thinking about that reminds me of candy, where the best part is on the inside. Holy fuck, that was a disturbing thought. I don't think I'll ever be able to eat a Reese's cup again. Now the question, how many licks does it take to get to the centre of a Tootsie Pop? Keeps running through my mind. God, I need a therapist. It was sickening to see what one would normally find in adult films, a casual wham bam thank you ma'am in the woods and bathed in freezing water. What was more sickening was the fact that I closely watched the animal baby making dance, and I continued to study the hairy body fluid soaked private area of the male cannibal after it was over. I've seen some weird fetish porn, but if I ever decide to take the easy way out, I'm sure you'll find this scene, which will be forever burned into my conscience, mentioned in the suicide note. That brings another question to my mind. Are we going to have to worry about a second generation of Peavies? Well, unless the virus makes the gestation period similar to canines or something, I think we'll be okay for at least 8 more months. I wonder if Peavy 2.0 will come out just like a normal baby, or if Mama Zombie will spawn some type of sharp-toothed werewolf. Shit, now I'm scaring myself. And that's that. That is awesome stuff. I like that. I like that. So, Javen, explain yourself, sir.
Well, it escaped to me enough to do that, Joe, and I want to congratulate you on reading the whole thing without laughing too hard.
That's some pretty. I mean, it's written with humour,
yeah.
And I guess you know, as next thing you say, you know, there's obviously humour in a lot of situations, but you know, I guess if you're in that situation, it's a zombie holocaust happening around you. But I get it's gonna play games with your head, I guess. And I never thought of that. I never thought of zombies pumping before. It's disturbing, I have to say. And there is probably a niche porn site dedicated to it. And I'm going to Google it when we go off it. Probably at half time. I'm going to Google it, zombie porn. I did actually Google radiator porn after the lady mentioned it a few weeks ago. Couldn't find it. I'm still looking for radiator porn, but.
Yeah. As a candy freak, a holic, or whatever you want to say, the whole candy and the Reese's Pieces thing, that was kind of gross, but it was funny at the same time.
I don't like Reese's Cups anyway, and even more so now. Just that, the mental
now you
image.
Have a reason.
The mental image of that. No. It's just whole wrongness, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whole wrongness. So, Javon,
I like the peanut butter and chocolate, so I'm all about the sweet stuff on the inside. Right?
Hello, I think we're having technical difficulty or two here. So, good old AT&T strike again.
I am still here, though.
I think we are. Yeah, I think we've had thunderstorms here actually today. We were rather as if we haven't had enough rain in Houston. We had more today. It's just I don't know. They're still having meetings about helping Harvey survivors, let alone more bloody rain. But there you go. There you go.
So I guess I wanted to know from Javen, what's next? What is he working on now?
Well, I'm working on Zombie River Run. I just finished Zombie Oasis book 4, and it'll be out like within the next week. Hopefully, Zombie River Run will be out before Christmas.
Awesome. Well, it looks like we're getting really close to being done with our first segment here. Can you tell us where we can find you online?
You can go to JevinBonds.com, or you can look me up on Facebook.
Okay, and I think we do have all of his links put up on our Facebook page. If anybody wants to stalk Javen, they can do it there. And I want to thank you so much for coming on the show. And will you come back and see us?
Yeah.
Hello?
I'm gonna take that as a yes, and he can't back out now because he's already said yes.
Yeah, you promised now. So hopefully we'll.
Well, thank you for having me on.
No, thank you for joining us. I'm sorry we had a few technical issues, but so we can find this. Oh, so you see, we've got all the links to Javon on our Facebook page. Yeah.
Yes, that's correct. Yes, we do.
Okay, fantastic. That was fantastic. Okie doke. Right. I think okay, James. Thank you so much for joining us, sir, and we will speak to you again very shortly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, bye. Good night. There we go. I think we're having a few, modern technology is not what it used to be, So, yeah, I mean, again, zombies with a bit of humour, it's not often you see that. I mean, you mentioned Zombieland, and, that actually reminded me a bit of, that's the sort of thing they would put in Zombieland.
Right? Yeah, I remember talking to a friend.
In the background humping,
When we were, the Zombieland was coming out, I remember a friend of mine saying, look, we got Woody Harrelson, we have Twinkies, we have zombies. What's not to love about this movie?
I know.
I love it. I really do. This is really dorky of me or whatever, but I even have the soundtrack. I even like the music to Zombieland.
Yeah.
And it's,
wasn't was Scarlett Johansson in it? Was she one
no,
of
that was Emma Stone.
Emma Stone, yes.
I love her.
I love
yes.
Emma Stone. You know,
I have such a girl crush on her. I do.
Yeah, me too. But yeah, I mean,
You too.
I hope they. I don't know if they bring Bill Murray back. I'm sure they could if they wanted to. I hope they do a sequel. It would be so much. My Chinese is coming back up on me a little bit there. So it was reading Javen's extract there. I think the zombie thumping was. That's going to stay with me. We need to incorporate that into our Radiator porn anthology. And zombie thumping with radiators. I would probably buy that book, to be honest with you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you would.
Without it, I would. In fact, I would probably write it if we come to think of it.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll be back shortly with Tony Knighton, who he's been on before, so really should know better, to be honest. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Yeah, we've got Becky the reviewer as well. I nearly forgot her again. And do we have commercials before the break?
Oh, see, I thought I was going to get away with that without doing it. Okay, yes, we do. Here we go.
No. Go on.
Hellbound Books Publishing is pleased to announce the arrival of another taboo anthology, The Big Book of Bootleg Horror, Volume 2. Following close on its heels comes Depraved Desires, Volume 2, an anthology of dark erotica and erotic horror compiled and edited by internationally best-selling author Bonnie Capps. And finally, a horror author, P. Mattern, has summoned up a new anthology, Devils, Demons, and Denizens of Hell. Go to hellboundbookspublishing.com to purchase these anthologies and more. We at Hellbound Books are proud to announce our very own app on both Google Play and the App Store. In the mood for something steamy to read this fall, check out new erotica author Jennifer Lynn's website at jenniferlynnerotica.com. You can find James at his website, www.jameslongmore.com. And don't forget to follow the Panic Room Radio Show on social media. Our Facebook page, Unofficial The Panic Room Radio Show, Twitter at Panic Room Radio, our YouTube channel, The New Panic Room Radio Show, and come visit our website, www.panicroomradio.com. Can I drink now?
Yeah, you've earned it. You've earned it. See how drunk you can get in. You've got 4 minutes. That's a bottle and a half, isn't it? So, hey, we'll be back.
Bop, 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 shoo 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 bop, 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 shoo. Everyone is looking at me, laughing at the clothes I wear, and my slick black leather jacket, and my comic greasy hair, and my shoppers got them saying, who's that guy trying to be? But inside I know they're wishing they were more like me. When my rock and roll is playing, I don't care who's not around, but no one's gonna join me. They'll
Welcome back to part 2.
And indeed, welcome back to part 2. Yeah, I should have said, our music tonight is provided by my friend Carla Colon and the Jersey Shore Roustabouts, who are our sort of favourite in-house, kind of an in-house band for the show now. We just hooked on their music. They are fantastic. You know, I could listen to just kind of music that you know, I listen to it a lot. I listen to them. I listen to, you know, the greats, you know, the Fats and the Chuck Berry and Dion and all the old gold oldies, you know. You know, so so Carlos, I know he's actually got a lot. I've been watching his live stream. He's got a gig at the moment. I've been watching that on Facebook while we've been on air. So there you go. Not I've got a low attention span or anything, but I have a low. A squirrel. So. Oh dear me. So you know what happens next? I forgot.
Becky happens next.
Does she? What does she do then? What,
Becky the reviewer.
Right. I hope it's something good this week. You know, last week was. I mean, we had that other reviewer girl on. She was fantastic. She was. She stole the show. That's why I sent her to bed. Get your own fucking show.
I love that. I love that after I talked to Vicky Sojourner. I talked to her after the show, and she was like, I was nervous. She said, because kids are so honest. She goes, that review could have gone either way.
Oh, if she didn't like it, you'd have known that she didn't like it. Yeah. You know, it was funny. I mean, she started reading it a couple of days before, you know, and she actually said, totally, I'm really enjoying this. She's reading it on my Kindle, so I'm really cute. And she's not a big read. I'm having to, you know, so we have to sit down and do, I mean, a reading is pretty good anyway, but we sit and read, and, you know, it's a chore. It's certainly, I think, most kids these days. I mean, my son, I can't remember the last time he actually picked up a book, actually. No, it was the Hunger Games trilogy. And that's going back a few years now. He sat and read all three cover to cover. You know, but so for to say that, and she did. She sort of got the gist of it and the moral behind it. Yeah, she really enjoyed it. You know, she asked about the big words, and you know, I struggled. Obviously, I do struggle with big words, as you know.
You know, I was actually in kind of a reading rut or something. I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. Before I picked up Tenebrion, am I saying that right? Every time I say it, I'm thinking, am I saying that right?
Yes.
Anyway.
Yes, you are. Yes.
Yay, okay, because anyway, the first time I tried to pronounce it, I really messed it up. But no, I was in. I wasn't reading a whole lot until I started reading that, and now. Like every night, that's what I do is I read, and I'm having so much fun doing it. I'm on, and I have to say, I'm on. Another shout out here to Jeff Strand. We had him on a few weeks ago, and I'm on the third book of his, and I just love his style. Yeah, he does this humor thing. And, yeah, it's
So anyway, people tune in specifically for Becky, so we're going to bring her on.
Looks like it's time to review something. Oh no!
Hi Becky. So I'm gonna let you chat with Epstein a bit because I forgot to go for a wee when when we had the break.
He was too busy dancing in the chair or something.
I was popping in my chair. You guys, I'll be back.
Now we can talk about James. Ooh, we can even talk about baseball stuff too.
I'm so he left us alone? Oh, my Lord.
On the air. I know. It's scary, isn't it?
Yes.
So what are you going to review for us this week?
Actually, there are two books. It's a series, and it's by Tim Miller. It's called Hell, Texas. And then the second book is Return to Hell, Texas.
Nice.
Oh, Lord, I'm telling you. Hell, Texas is a small remote town. It's got, it's a bunch of rednecks that are in a backwoods, and there's a group of them that have come together to form like a community, and there's some inbreeding there and some, various afflictions, and the real thing about them is that they're really hungry and they're really horny.
Nice.
Yeah. They snag people off the highway, and they either kill them or hold them captive. They have a great big bar where people come and the locals come to eat, and they have everything you can imagine there. They have drugs, they have sex, they have torture. There's a whole crap load of mayhem. In the first one, one of the girls from the group, who is a dancer at the bar, gets killed, and it's a absolute free-for-all manhunt for the killers. And I will not tell you if they catch them, but I can tell you this: after you start reading this book, if they catch them, it's gonna be gross, and it's gonna be gory, and it's gonna be extreme. And
nice.
Tim is really good at this.
Yeah, we had him on the show. I forget how long ago it was, but he was. I think it was. I want to say the book that he talked about was Rape Van, and just the title, I remember going, "Oh my!" Yes,
that is one too.
He was
really good. He's really, really, really good at the extreme and making you go, "Oh!" The second book, he included various readers, and he killed them.
Oh, nice.
Killed them off. Yeah, they got to be victims. That was really cool because, you're reading it and you see, so-and-so's name and you're like, oh, I know them. And then you're like, ooh, I'm really glad I'm not them.
Oh, that's cool.
and it was brutal too. And yeah, I was just like, oh, I mean, there were several times in this book, and they usually don't make me wince, but there were several times in this book that I did. One of the very opening scenes in the second book involves a woman who is being held captive and a cheese grater, and that is all I will say about. That is all that I will say about that. But oh my God. I do not. I never want to see a cheese grater again. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, speaking of extreme horror, wouldn't it be something if him and Wrath James White got together and wrote something? Oh my goodness, that would be. Would be gruesome, wouldn't it?
Oh yes, and include James and Edward Lee and Jack Ketchum. Oh yeah. Oh, would you have a story?
I don't even know if I could read that. I don't. I'm a little.
I volunteer.
You've read a few of Jeff Strand's books. Did you read Wolf Hunt?
I have not read that one. That is one that I have, but I have not read it yet. But I've heard good things about it.
This is the third one now I'm reading, and it's a little more gruesome than the last two that I read. It really is, and the humor is still there, and I'm loving it, just like the other two. But yeah, it's a little more gruesome to me.
Cool.
So yeah, I know, right? You're thinking, woo, I got to read that one now.
I love everything that I've read that Jeff's written. He's just got that style that you just kind of fall into it, and you're like, what happened? But yeah,
so I think James is back, and now that he's back, I can't talk baseball, which I don't really even have too much to say about baseball because we are really sucking this season.
We are too.
As opposed to last season when you,
we made it to the playoffs last season.
Hold on. Here we go.
Strike one.
I've two words to say to that. Shite!
What's the other one?
Shite!
There we go. That's what you get. You know what's what you. And
I
you
know.
literally, you get two strikes and you're out. Second strike and you're dummied. So there you go. There you go. So yeah, sorry, I have to dash for a wee, Becky. Yeah.
Okay.
I was doing something else during the break and I forgot. I'm now at the age where I have to plan things around going for a wee. So you get to that age where I think, I'm going to pop out. I'm going to pop out to the grocery store, or whatever, or just pop out to do errands, or whatever. I will. Even if I've just been, I'll have a quick wee before I go out. Just think, because I know, halfway there I'm going to need to go. So my life now is just really sort of going between toilets.
I'm not quite there. I'm not quite there yet.
Anybody of a certain age, well, I mean, it's different for women because us guys, okay, we need to get the toilet. Women, you get to an age, you just wee yourself. To be honest.
Really? I don't know about
everything.
that.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this.
Everything
Right.
just lets go down there, and you just pee yourself. So.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Oh, yeah, no.
So.
Okay, so now we've talked about poo and wee, so I think we're good. We made our quota today of our wee and
fantastic.
And cheese graters.
With Javan as well. I mean, Javan's reading, which was awesome. I really enjoyed reading that. That had pretty much every bodily fluid and more involved, which was fantastic. So.
So did the book that I reviewed, and it involved a cheese grater, and I don't know, no cheese graters.
Funny enough, I watched a documentary a long time ago. I think it's back in England, actually, one of these ones about sex, and it was all about weird fetishes, and they had she was like a fetish madam sort of person, dominatrix, and she had, and it actually showed you she had this client, and he used to pay her to cheese grate his knob.
Oh my God!
No,
oh my God.
Seriously. And the interviewer said, "Well, when do you know when to stop?" And it's, "Well, when it starts bleeding." But don't. A PSA for anybody listening, folks, don't cheese grate your knob. Just don't. It's not
that shouldn't have to be said ever.
Yeah, it shouldn't
my
have
Lord.
to be said, but we need to. Because there'll be somebody who'll, I'll try that. I bet that's good. And then they end up in casualty, and it all goes horribly wrong, So
you need to read the second.
I had a good friend. Sorry, Becky, I'm talking. Shut up. I had a good friend years ago, and his wife was an emergency room nurse, and she literally could have written a book on things they fished out of people's bottoms.
Oh my God.
The funniest bit she said was the excuses they used to get. I was vacuuming the house naked, and I just kind of fell over, and the tube went on. And do you know? Here's a quiz without googling it. What is the number one thing that is fished out of people's bottoms?
Gerbils. I don't know.
Nope.
I don't know.
Bottles.
No. Roll-on deodorant.
Oh my God!
What?
Really? I would never have guessed that.
Because
never.
It is the perfect shape to shove up your bottom. The problem is it has a square bottom, funnily enough. So the rounded end goes up, but once it's in there, people don't realise once it's in, you try pulling that back and it ain't coming out. Not unless it's surgical.
It's so gross.
Oh my Lord! I cannot imagine having to go into an emergency room and going,
well, I mean, it's funny enough. I mean, it's partly the manufacturer's fault because if you've ever read the instructions on those things,
push up bottom, no.
It does actually say remove the lid and push up bottom. So I suppose people are just following the instructions.
That's like the curling iron warning on the curling iron packages that says for external use only.
Oh dear. And it is for people who like to cheese grate their cocks, I'm sure. It's just for those people. They should have a warning on cheese graters. Do not apply to genitals.
Yeah, and if it did, I'd be sending one to Tim Miller.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
the book I reviewed was by Tim Miller tonight.
I'm a big Tim Miller fan, actually. He writes gross horror, I think, better than most. I mean, he's just
yes.
He's not shy of anything, which is fantastic.
That was the books that I reviewed were Hell, Texas and Return to Hell, Texas. Have you read either one?
I have not. No, I must.
You
must.
That.
If you're listening, Tim, freebies, please. Thank you. Don't let me freebies.
The Return to Hell, Texas is the one where it has the cheese grater. There's a woman that's held captive, and a cheese grater it becomes involved. And I'm not telling you more than that. You can use your imagination, but the book will tell you anything you want to know.
and probably many things I didn't want to know about cheese grater.
Yes. Sort of absolutely. That's why I said there are no cheese graters in my home.
Right, we have one, but I'm going to hide it from the children now. So there you go. Well,
yeah, what you have the cheese grater for.
Okay, Becky, you're building your part up now. Okay, so it's been. Thank you for joining us, and we will speak to you next week. Thank you. So always a pleasure. And I did remember you. I almost didn't. I did remember. It's been one of those weeks. It's all odd. It is all
How
odd.
could you forget Becky?
Yeah, you say I sound so happy, and you love my southern twang.
You are my little ray of sunshine in the week. You really are. I look for Becky's going to be on. I have a little skip in my step. So there you go. You cheer me. So, right, we're going to have to say bye-bye now because we have our second guest, Tony Knighton, waiting in the green room, virtual green room. We will speak to you. I'm building our part up now. And we will speak to you next week, Becky. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Becky.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Right, we can talk about it now. She's gone. So, hey, we got. I know she's listening. She does listen.
She is. She'll get us too. She will.
We've got Tony Knighton, who has. I say he's been on before. Talking about 3 hours past midnight. He should know better. He really should. But it's always great to hear from Tony. Are you there, sir?
Yes, I am. And
how are you?
I'd like to say hi to you, James and Christina. And in the last couple of minutes, I've heard more about cheese graters and roll-on deodorants than I ever wanted to know.
Well, do you know, we like to think of the show as sort of educational as well as entertaining. So, you've learned things. You now know what not to do with a cheese grater and a roll-on deodorant.
Now I know a few more things not to do with them.
Yes, you do.
I'm thinking, have you ever accidentally racked your knuckles on the cheese grater on accident? I have.
I wonder what you were going to say.
I have done that, and I've done it with roofing shingles too, and it's unpleasant in any circumstance.
Yeah. So I can't imagine him on a delicate part of one's body. Oh man.
No. I think we've all taken our knuckles off. So it's funny when you're grating it for cheese on toast. You rub your knuckles down it, but you still eat that cheese on toast, don't you? You know, it's got knuckle flesh on it. So no, I've committed to this cheese on toast now. I'm going to eat this. So it's kind of cannibalism. I wondered what you were going to ask him there. Have you? No, I just don't ask the guest that. Don't ask them that. Oh, Tony, it is fantastic to chat to you again. How have you been since you were last on?
Oh, I've been doing swell. How about you?
We've been pretty swell, apart from being almost flattened by Hurricane Harvey here in Houston, but we survived that, thankfully.
Good.
So thank you. It was hairy for a couple of, and a lot of people we know have been flooded out, and it was horrible. Still trying to get straight, as a city. It's going to take a while, but we're tough. The Houstonians are tough people. We're tough. We're hard. So Tony, here to chat to us about 3 hours past midnight from Crime Wave Press. There's no tagline. Does it have a tagline, or you just haven't thought of one yet?
No, it didn't really have a tagline. I sort of played with the idea of using "professionals don't make threats," but we left it off the cover.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
So, tell us a little bit about it before we do the reading.
I'm sorry?
No, tell us a little bit about it.
Oh, yeah. It's this book features a character that I wrote in a short story titled Mr. Wonderful, and I liked him a lot when I wrote Mr. Wonderful, and I thought he was worth revisiting. And he was injured in that first short story, and I thought I'd have him recuperate. And for this novel, it begins. It's been 3 months since he's worked, and he needs money, and he comes in on a job on very short notice, and it goes bad rather quickly. And he spends the rest of the story trying to recover what he's lost.
Well, I don't know about you, but I want to hear the reading.
Yeah, you're not going to make me read it again.
No.
I don't
I've heard enough of you tonight. Jeez.
I know. Yeah, me too. I don't want to spoil Tony's beautiful writing with my crap accent. So.
Oh,
sure.
So, Tony, give us your reading, sir.
Sure. I'll give you the first pages from this novel, 3 Hours Past Midnight.
Fantastic. Okay, it's all yours.
Okay. When the girl got out of the car across the intersection, George said, "Won't be long now." He adjusted the rearview mirror to follow her progress. The back of his hand was bruised. The vestiges of IV line tape there described an X. Even with the windows down, his car smelled of cigarette smoke. A tune played quietly over the radio. George liked music. I turned in the passenger seat and watched the girl walk away. She was young, probably just off the boat from some Asian shithole. A breeze gently tossed her hair and the leaves of the magnolia trees that lined the sidewalk. The cop came out of the unmarked car's back seat while fixing his pants. He got back in behind the wheel. George took off his glasses and cleaned the thick lenses with a handkerchief. He said, "It's been the same the last couple nights." His sergeant comes by around 6:30 or 7 to check on him. After that, he orders himself up a blowjob from Lucky Number and falls asleep. He must set his phone to wake before his relief shows up. George replaced his glasses and stifled a cough. Nobody any good wants to be stuck on something like this. That guy, he nodded in the direction of the plainclothesman, never was a ball of fire. I watched the cop. He settled in, leaning back against the headrest. I turned around. George coughed and spit into the handkerchief and absently inspected the result. As he stuffed the cloth in his hip pocket, he glanced at me and said, "Sorry." A few cars came up the street slowly, the driver searching for parking. The neighborhood was high-end, but also high-density residential, nestled between the Parkway and Fairmount Avenue, and there were restaurants and a club scene nearby, so parking was tight. One car, a Mercedes, slowed to a stop, and its driver stared at us, annoyed. George said, "Guy probably thinks we're queer." His chuckle ended in a wheeze. The Mercedes continued around the corner. The tune on the radio ended. The announcer said, "That was Lee Morgan playing McCoy Tyner's Twilight Mist." It's a breezy 89 degrees here at WRTI Studios on the Temple University campus in North Philadelphia, with the possibility of late evening thunder showers. In local news, a house fire in the Olney section of the city has traffic on the Roosevelt Boulevard snarled. The second unidentified woman's body was discovered on the banks of the Delaware River in Tinicum Township this afternoon. A spokesperson for SEPTA now says that earlier estimates for returning its rail fleet to full operation may have been overly optimistic. George lowered the volume and punched the lighter on the dash. Pointing a thumb over his shoulder toward the cop, he said, "He's nodding already." George unwound the power cord and stuck a cigarette in his mouth. When the lighter popped out, he lit up and produced a thin metal box from under his seat and used the cord to connect it to the lighter receptacle. George had explained its operation to me earlier. The security system connects to the alarm company through the same cell towers your phone uses. This, he'd held up the box, is like a road base station, essentially a mini cell tower. It doesn't have enough power to work at any distance, but right across the street it'll work fine. The security system will seek this instead of the cell tower and route all its signals to the inside of my car, and that's where they'll stay. You could start World War III in that house, and nobody would know. I flexed my fingers inside my gloves. George took another drag and went into a coughing fit. His face turned red, and he dropped the cigarette to the floorboard between his feet. He struggled to catch his breath. I said, "Are you going to be able to do this?" George put his hand on my forearm and was nodding yes before he got himself under control. His grip tightened as though to keep me from leaving him. And when he was able, he said, yeah, I got it. He recovered the cigarette and threw it out the window. I know. It's horrible. I got to quit these things. I stared at him. George said, I'm okay. He looked up at the rear view again and said, it's cool. Go ahead. He took his handkerchief again and wiped his eyes. My last outing had been 3 months before and hadn't gone well. I needed this. I got out of the car. George had removed the bulb from the ceiling lamp. I appreciated his attention to detail. Sick or not, George was a pro. And that's not the end of things, but I'm going to stop reading there.
Oh, boo.
I know. I like that. I really like that. I like your writing style. That's really good. I like right there.
You read, obviously, you're right. You read beautifully well as well. I just could have listened to that. We need to get him on the show and read out the whole book, I think.
well, thanks. That's a very nice compliment.
I just something you caught my attention. You said you basically created this whole thing because you liked the character that you created previously. I mean, is that something that happens to you? Has it happened before, or is this just a new thing for you?
I'm sorry. I lost the last. You broke up.
No, that's fine. Let's say you created this basically for a character that you wrote in a short story. I mean, obviously you really fell in love with the character. Is that something that's happened to you before, or is this a new thing for you?
This is new. Usually I write a story and then I write something else. And this guy, I just kept thinking about him after the story was done, and I started wondering what would he do now? And like I said, he recuperated from his injuries and he was looking for work. And I had toyed. I sort of had part of the idea for this story a long time ago, but I reordered things. There's a notorious politician in Philadelphia, a state senator in real life, who was very influential for a couple of decades and then ended up going to jail because he had defrauded a lot of people. And I know where he lives, and I'd often thought it's a very magnificent house in Philadelphia, and I'd often thought it would be great fun if people would break in and steal from him. But as my friend Eric Pruitt says, some people just need to be robbed.
I like that.
And after I wrote the short story, I realized I had just the man for the job.
Nice.
Awesome. That is great. I like that. Yeah, that's a great quote. I enjoyed that. That's good.
Yeah. Eric's a funny fellow.
I never know. I'm pretty sure that what happens in the chat box is supposed to stay there. But whenever I ask the guests if they would be willing to participate in our 11 questions or our embarrassing story, most of the time nobody wants to pick the embarrassing story. But Tony has told me that his life is an embarrassing story, which I thought was awesome. So he said he would have. So I'm thinking he's got an amazing story for us. Yeah, I'm excited to hear this story.
Oh yeah, let's hear it.
Well, how embarrassing can I?
The more embarrassing, the better.
Can I make this?
The more embarrassing, the better. In fact, tell you
Make
what.
me blush. Make me blush.
Oh, gee. I'm kind of on the spot here. Well, I work as a fireman here in this city, and one of the worst things that can happen to you, at any time in the firehouse, there's always a man on watch, and but 100 years ago or so, that man literally was up in a tower and he was watching for smoke. But now the man on watch basically listens to the radio, and as you can well imagine, in the middle of the night, you're there all by yourself and you're on watch. And I was on watch in another firehouse, and I was a detail man. I was up in the middle of the night. It was in this firehouse, Engine 57 in Philadelphia. You sat watch out in the kitchen because the heat didn't work well, so you put the oven on and you opened the oven door and you got a blanket and you sat at the kitchen table. And I fell asleep. And I woke up in a start, and I didn't know if I'd been awake for a minute or an hour, but I was in a panic. I was a new guy, and I fell asleep on watch. I ran across the firehouse to the phone, and I called the alarm room. And I used another guy's name because I didn't want to tell on myself. But I said, yeah, I was in the bathroom. What was that last run? And they were very confused because there hadn't been any dispatches, and I obviously hadn't missed anything. So I when the fellas, later on that morning, the guys started getting up, I told on myself, and they all thought that was great fun, and I was very embarrassed. And I went back to my firehouse, which was in downtown Philadelphia, and I was on watch the next night. And this was in the 80s, and there was a peep show down the street from the firehouse that I worked, and there was a snowstorm. And in the middle of the night, there was a knock on the door, and there was one of the girls from the peep show, and she had a big white fur coat on. And so I let her in, and she said, "Can I use the phone? The phone's out down the street." Right? I said, "Yeah, come on in." She used the payphone and made a call, and she got done, and she said, "Boy, it's cold out there. I hate to go back out." And I said, "Well, you shouldn't be cold. You have that nice fur coat." She says, "Oh yeah, but I got nothing on underneath this." And I said, "Get out." And she said, "Oh, no, look." And she opened the coat, and she was telling the truth. She didn't have anything on underneath it.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, yeah. And I was sort of like, "Can I see you again?" And she left away. She went down the street, and I told the guys the next morning. I said, "Yeah, a girl from the peep show flashed me." I gave them the whole story, and they were like, "Oh, what kind of fireman are you? You let her go? Why didn't you hit the lights and bells? You should have got us."
Awesome.
I was definitely thinking that it got a snowstorm and a peep show and a firehouse. There's some kind of story in that, like some kind of,
there has to
story
be
to
a
write
story
with
there,
those
yeah.
elements.
Mm.
And now I am sad that I never got to do 11 questions with anybody. So would you do 11 questions with me, Tony?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Oh, you really make Tony work hard now. He's not going to want to come on again.
I am. But the harder he works, the more I can drink. That's how I see it.
Well, anything for a good cause.
Well, there you go. Charitable. So, okay, we'll do the jingle then, shall we?
Yeah.
And now, 11 questions.
Okay, what's your guilty pleasure?
Gee whiz. I'd have to say the vegan hot wings from Blackbird Pizza here in Philadelphia.
Did you say vegan hot wings? What is
they're
that?
They're really good.
That's just broccoli then.
They're fake hot wings made out of seitan, and they're almost too hot to enjoy, but they're really tasty.
That sounds intriguing. I do like hot wings. I've never tried anything thought there was such a thing, to be honest, but I'm going to have to look out for those.
Okay, let's see. Baked beans, ranch style or pork and beans?
I don't know. Next question.
Next, okay. Puppies or kittens?
Or puppies.
Okay, good answer. I'm not going to judge you on that one. What's your favorite lunch meat? And I'm thinking because you said vegan, you might not have a favorite lunch meat.
I'm not a vegan. I just like those wings.
Interesting. Okay.
My favorite lunch meat, it would either have to be capicola or Lebanon bologna.
I don't even think I know what either one of those are.
Capicola is Italian spicy ham, and Lebanon bologna is you kind of have to experience it to believe it. It's a Pennsylvania thing.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I'm hungry again now.
Yeah. What was your first car?
It was a 1964 Rambler American.
And what color was it? That's just my question. That's not one of our questions. But
it was silver. It was silver. It was a nice car. It had those Nash seats that went all the way back. I got it. It was probably about 10 years old.
Wow.
Awesome.
What do you fear most, snakes or spiders?
Snakes.
Again with the snakes, really, because I'm just thinking the spiders with the 8 legs and they're hairy, and that's just scarier to me, right? No?
Yeah, but they eat bugs. They eat mosquitoes, so I like spiders.
They're our friends.
No. Okay. Freddy, Jason, or Pinhead?
That I like the most or most afraid of?
Either or. Either or.
I guess I got to go with Freddy.
Freddy's good. I just recently watched Hellraiser for the first time. Before that, I had no frame of reference when it came to Pinhead. But James was threatening to never talk to me again in life, I think, until I watched Hellraiser, and I did. I finally watched it, and I still go with Jason. But I want to add Michael Myers to the list because I would be a Michael girl all the way. I love the Halloween movies.
I just think Fred's so much fun.
He was creepy. Okay. Yeah. First draft, handwritten or word processor?
A little of both. I'll have to. If I'm going to be real honest, I'll say word processor. I do my stuff on a 20-year-old Mac clamshell.
Okay. The favorite alcoholic drink.
Oh, that's tough. I quit drinking a while ago. I got a lot of favorites. I'd probably go with Valentine now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a wine girl. I'm a wine girl.
Really? There's a revelation.
Shut up. Okay. One interesting non-writing related fact about you.
What's the first part of that?
One interesting non-writing related fact about you.
I've played music here in Philadelphia semi-professionally for about 40 years.
Wow. I like that.
Fantastic. What kind of music?
Mostly rock.
Awesome.
What else is there? Yeah.
Well,
mostly rock. I really like jazz. I've made good money playing Irish music over the years. I'm not wild about, but it pays well.
Interesting.
Okay, and here's our bonus question, and it's basically just for me and James. Baseball or stamp collection?
I'm getting everybody's questions twice. So I kind of missed that.
I'm hearing a horrible echo too. I have no idea where it's at. If anybody has the show turned on, be sure to turn it off or down. I don't know where it's coming from, but
yeah, I'm not listening to the show.
So weird. Let's try it again. Baseball or stamp collection?
Oh, baseball.
Woo! Who's your team?
Boo.
Yeah, baseball.
I'm getting sad. Yeah, I'm getting sad because it's getting close to the end of the season. So I'm very, very sad.
I don't care. Sorry. I'm sorry. I think it's obviously an American thing, and I am very foreign. I can never get to grips with cricket in England either, and it's much the same. So, sorry. I'm sorry. I did try.
I should have utilized
really
the time that you were gone and talked a little bit more about baseball, but I didn't. And...
Oh, you missed your chance there. You missed your chance.
I did. Well, it is getting close, I think, to the end of our show, and this echo is driving me crazy. But Tony, can you tell us where we can find you online?
Yeah, you can find all my stuff on Amazon. If you just type in Tony Knighton, I pop right up. I have a website that's www.tonyknighton.com, and I can be found on Facebook under my own name, and on Twitter as Tony Knighton at Dinnertime Dave. And the Dinnertime Dave thing would require another half hour to explain, so I won't go into that.
Okay, we need to get Tony back so we can explain Dinnertime Dave. Definitely, we need to know that. We need to know that.
It is a good story.
Right. There we go.
Sure.
we need you back.
We have his links put up on our Facebook page. If anybody wants to just talk to Tony, they can do it there. And I just want to say something really funny here when he was, because of the weird echo, when he was saying that one of the websites, www, it sounded like 6 W's, and I almost started laughing out loud. That really tickled me.
We've had technology plaguing us tonight. I don't know what's been going on.
I know.
Yeah, so
it's definitely been fun.
Thunderstorms that are sweeping the country or something, but
Well, this has been great fun.
Thank you so. Yeah, thank you so much for joining us again. It's always a pleasure. Always a pleasure, sir.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm quite honored, and you guys are great fun and great sports for putting up with.
And likewise, like I say, you can become a veteran of the show. We've got to have you on again very, very soon.
Definitely. I will definitely be stalking you, Tony, and asking you to come back.
Well, thank you. That sounds like a winner. Sounds like a winner.
Okay. Well, thank you. You have a great rest of your evening. We're nearly time to go, so we will speak to you very soon, Tony. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Well, that is it. Time has just absolutely flown by again.
Yeah, you know what I just noticed when I say goodbye to the guests? I actually wave. I just noticed that.
That is awesome. I like that.
Just a little funny thing.
You really are an odd one. You really are. So it is that time when we sadly have to say goodnight, Xtina.
Good night, Xtina.
Good night, Xtina. We will see you. We'll see you. Not really, but I'm waving. I'm actually waving bye-bye to you now. Bye-bye. I have waved. Goodbye. I'll speak to you later. Bye.
She's on my mind all day and a Saturday night. I wanna dance real close, I wanna hold her tight. I want my hands on her, I want her hands on me. I want her lips to kiss me so tenderly. And I know you might laugh cause it may sound silly. I want her to be my Mrs. Rockabilly. Mrs. Rockabilly. Mrs. Rockabilly. Mrs. Rockabilly. Mrs. Rockabilly. I wanna have some rockabilly babies with you. She's got a real short dress and long black hair. She got piercings and tattoos going everywhere. I got a name imprinted on my guitar. And the custom I played on my brand new car. And in my backseat, if it gets too chilly, I bring a little heat to Mrs. Rockabilly. Mrs. Rockabilly. Mrs. Rockabilly. Mrs. Rockabilly. Mrs. Rockabilly. I wanna have some rockabilly babies with you. She's got a real smooth walk and she knows how to smile. And the wind coming out that can drive you wild. She can bring in a man down to his knees. 'Cause she knows how to flirt and she knows how to tease. I'm a rock and roll star, she's my sweet little Billy. I want her to be my Mrs. Rockabilly. Mrs. Rockabilly. Mrs. Rockabilly. Mrs. Rockabilly. Mrs. Rockabilly. I wanna have some rockabilly babies with you. Some rockabilly babies with you. Some
Hi, this is Maury Moreland Morrison, here to tell you Geico has more than just great savings. Much more. Geico's been around for more than 75 years, back when they were using Morse code. Sorry, that's just my sense of humor. What's more, with Geico you get 24/7 access to licensed agents on the app, online, or over the phone, so you can talk to them at night or in the morning. So forevermore, just know that no other auto insurer has more than Geico. More power to you. Geico. Expect great savings and a whole lot more.